Hello everyone, welcome to Legal Darshan. In today's video, we are going to talk about Article 12 of the Constitution of India. Article 12 is the first article in the Part 3 of the Constitution, which talks about the fundamental rights guaranteed to citizens of India. Article 12 defines the term state by including the government and parliament, that is legislative and executive of the country, the government and legislature of each state, that is legislative and executive of each state, all local and other authorities within Indian territory, and all local and other authorities within the control of Indian government. The definition of state within Article 12 of the Constitution is not exhaustive, rather inclusive. State could include not only legislative or executive organs but also the administrative ones. When the acts or series of acts of these bodies contradicts the fundamental rights of citizens of the country, these acts could be challenged by a writ petition under Article 32 or Article 226 before the Apex Court or any High Court of the country, respectively. In the case of Ujjambai versus State of Uttar Pradesh, the Apex Court rejected the notion given by Madras High Court that state includes all the body exercising sovereign functions and not the bodies like university or welfare board. The Apex Court also held that there is no common genus or single category to decide whether a body is a state or not. There are a series of cases which helped in interpreting what does state means and what does it includes. Some case laws laid down the test for the state. In the case of Electricity Board of Rajasthan versus Mohanlal, the Apex Court interpreted that other authorities includes all the bodies constituted by the provisions of any statute or the constitution or on whom the power is conferred upon by law. It was not necessary that the authority would be discharging sovereign functions. In the modern times, the ambit of state can be studied by referring to the decision given by Justice P.N. Bhagwati in R.D. Shetty versus Airport Authority case of 1979. Justice Bhagwati stated that if the functions of the body are of public importance, closely related to governmental functions, then the body will be treated as an agency of government within state Article 12. The body could be an authority, statutory or non-statutory, or even a company or society registered under the Indian Company Act or the Indian Society Act, respectively. In the case of Pradeep Kumar Biswas versus Indian Institute of Chemical Biology 2002 and in the case of State of UP versus Radheshyam Rai 2009, the Apex Court formulated a test to check whether a body falls in the ambit of state or not. In Zee Telefilms versus Union of India 2005, the issue in this case was to determine whether BCCI was a body within the definition of state under Article 12 of the Constitution or not. The court held that based on the tests in Radheshyam Rai case and other relevant precedents, BCCI was not a state as it was not a statutory body. It gave no part of share capital to the government and the monopoly enjoyed by BCCI was not conferred by the state or law. There was practically no financial assistance given to the board by government and the functions discharged by it did not align with the functions of public welfare. So, what were the tests which were given in the cases mentioned above? The test is taken on 4 parameters: formation of body, that is how a body is formed, who are its members, what are its objects and functions. If the object is of public welfare, then it must be called a state. Management and control, who is managing the body, who is the statutory control over the body, and how the body is receiving its financial aid. In the case of Pradeep Kumar Biswas versus Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, the question was whether CSIR was a state or not. The court therefore held that CSIR was set up in national interest for public welfare of the society by fastening a planned development. It was majorly financed by the Government of India, and in spite of the fact that it was a society formed under the Registration of Society Act 1860, it shall be deemed to be a state under Article 12 of the Constitution because it satisfies all the 4 tests mentioned above. In the case of Radheshyam Rai, the question was whether the sugarcane research mill was a state or not. The court also observed in the case that the minister in charge of cane department was the ex officio chairman of the Sansthan. The directors and accounts officer were also government servants. The Sansthan, that is the society, got it 80 to 90% of the funds from the government, and it was established to provide scientific ways to cultivate and manage sugarcane, which is a public welfare objective. Therefore, the court in this case held that Sansthan was a state within the scope of Article 12. It satisfies the given test, that is of financial aid, formation of body, objectives and functions of the body, and management and control or monopoly of government. Based on the above definition of Article 12 and the precedent cases, there are few examples we can say that are the state and non-state. Examples of state are ONGC, IOC, RBI, SBI, DTC, etc. Whereas non-states include BCCI, private colleges, cooperative society, etc. To summarize it, any organization or body that is working for a public welfare objective is receiving a plenty amount of financial aid from the government. Government in its natural capacity is controlling the body, or some government officials are ex officio members of the body, then the body must be recognized as a state irrespective of the fact that it is a statutory body or a society or a company. This was all for today's video. I hope you liked it. And if you liked the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.